3, 2, 1.
Please stand by for further details. We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Hello to those of you who are feeling called to this reading in particular, mystery reading number 1082. My name is Elizabeth, and before getting into this reading, if you are a recurring viewer, you enjoy my work, and you would like to help support it, feel free to do so by sticking around and hitting that subscribe button down below, and ringing the notification bell next to it if you feel called to. And if you do feel called to subscribe and stick around, welcome, and thank you very much for your support, as well as your presence during this reading. So starting with interpreting the number 1082, the number 1 is about trusting and believing in yourself, your intuition, and your strength. Where do you feel called? Is there anything in particular that you feel you're picking up on? And how do you feel called to use your strength at this time? I find this combination to be interesting. Your intuition and your strength, believing and trusting in those things. It's like your intuition knows that you may have to have some courage, maybe a little more faith. Number 0 can be about patterns or reoccurring themes, and these patterns or themes can show up in spiritual communication, through signs, symbols, etc., or they can show up in your own experiences in the way that things align, no matter where these reoccurring themes or patterns are coming from. This is confirmation if it resonates for you to pay attention. The number 0 can also be a reminder to know when to put yourself first, when to choose self-respect, when to respect your own thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and decisions. You know, just all of who you are. I do think we need more of that in the world. People who love and accept and embrace and express themselves for who they truly are. We need more authenticity. So if you are trying to be more honest with yourself, with others, the work that you're doing is definitely needed. There could be a significant journey here. I mean, I think we're always on a journey. So just confirmation, extra confirmation for whoever needs it. The number 8 is about loss and trusting that whatever is lost will be replaced. Who do you intuitively, or what do you intuitively feel called or guided or driven to let go of? I feel that letting go is the kind of strength, in one way or another, that you are being called to use and maybe even appreciate. When you become more honest and true to who you are, naturally, people and situations that reinforce the lies, somebody that you're not, will fall away. You know, sometimes you have to destroy things to rebuild again. So if you are healing and overcoming things and it feels like you're losing a lot of things, just know that you're probably shedding. I'm almost getting like this feeling of like a snake, but not in like a temptation kind of way, but in a transformative. kind of way. Typically, maybe a nicer comparison, depending on your beliefs, would be like a butterfly. But it's like you're shedding away or transforming darkness within you, and so the darkness outside of you is also shedding away or transforming. In some way, you are a source of power, energy. You are a force in this life. And I think it's really awesome, if you are, that you are using this force to be a force of good rather than evil. And I really want to stress here that evil does not have to be something completely malicious. The way that I define evil is doing something wrong knowing it's wrong. And it could be something not as extreme as, some other things, like, just not treating yourself in the way that you deserve when you know you deserve to treat yourself better. I believe that that is a form of evil. And I just saw the number 555, which is about change and transformation. I definitely felt that you are going through a transformation, and it could be creating changes in your life, and I feel like this is meant to happen. And I'm seeing the Wheel of Fortune card that I pulled in a previous reading recently, so this could be confirmation that this reading is also meant for you. Maybe even in another reading I mentioned the Nine of Wands. Now I'm feeling the Nine of Swords for this reading. With the Nine of Swords, there's a lot of fear here. Really, really feeling overwhelmed with fear. And instead of seeing it as a barrier, I would perceive all of this fear as potential. Because whenever you face your fears, you really open up more doors. Moving on to the number 2, this could mean many, many different things. As I say every time I talk about this number, it could be confirmation of a significant situation or relationship on your mind, especially if you're feeling called to walk away from someone or something, to let go, inside and out. The number 2 can also be confirmation or guidance for you to create more peace and balance within yourself. And I really wouldn't be surprised if you are letting go of people, places, and things that only reinforce internal chaos. And the last way that I interpret the number 2 is your choices, and really prioritizing what means the most to you. And I definitely feel that your well-being, protecting yourself, your energy, your future, those things I feel should be what means the most to you, that should be prioritized. Adding up these numbers, 1 plus 0 is 1, plus 8 is 9, plus 2 is 11. I first want to mention that the just has the number 11 on it. And a lot of the times, if not most of the times, whenever I pull the Justice card, there is this message to bring justice to yourself, to manifest more justice in your life. And I'm feeling connected to the word giustizia, which means justice in Italian. So I do feel that your ancestors in particular are encouraging you and supporting you on this journey to bring yourself justice, to heal, and really tap into and fully embrace your own potential. 1 plus 1 from the number 11 is the number 2. And we already mentioned what the number 2 is about, so this is just even further confirmation of a significant relationship or situation that has come into your mind so far. In this reading, it's confirmation to create more peace and balance within yourself through letting go of everything inside and out that only reinforces internal chaos. And it's confirmation for you to really be mindful of the choices that you're making, not just in this reality, but also what you choose to think, feel, and believe. Make sure you are prioritizing thoughts, feelings, beliefs, relationships, situations that really, truly do mean the most to you and reflect and align with who you truly are, your honesty and your authenticity, because you really deserve that. We all do. We all collectively deserve the full potential that we have together when we all embrace our own authenticity. So I really enjoyed what messages came through in the first portion of this reading with the numbers about trusting yourself, believing in yourself, paying attention to signs, recurring themes or patterns, knowing when to put yourself first, trusting that whatever is lost will be replaced, and really prioritizing what means the most to you, including your inner peace and people and situations that reinforce that inner peace. Like I said, there's definitely a huge focus here on your own choices and your power. I'm seeing the Magician card from the Magical Dogs Tarot that I did in a previous reading, so could be confirmation that this reading is meant for you. But as you can see on the table, there are only 2 decks of cards. This is the Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot. I think I might change it, because I'm feeling called to. I'm actually going to change it to the deck that I just mentioned, the Magical Dogs Tarot. I'm going to use these cards to, see what's going on, to get more detail about the messages that came from the number 1082. This is the Magical Dogs Tarot, by the way. I'm going to pull 2 of these cards to really get more specifics about what's going on or what messages you need to hear right now. So the first card that I have, it's called the Sea Alpha Female, or the Queen of Cups in reverse. Felt connected to the Queen of Wands as well. I want to shuffle these again. The Queen of Wands, before getting into this Queen of Cups here, is about self-confidence. Someone who is attractive energetically, inspiring, a leader internally. The Queen of Wands really knows how to have the right mindset to create the right feelings, to give him or her the belief system that they need to fulfill their passions, their dreams, a sense of purpose. The Queen of Cups here in reverse. This shows somebody who is lacking compassion and warmth, and this could be you towards yourself, being really harsh towards yourself, or this could be somebody else in your life. No matter where the source of this coldness or this harshness is coming from, I do feel that it is reinforcing a lot of fear. This is you being more, cold towards yourself and harsh. No matter where it's coming from, you gotta look deeper into that. I saw the number 3, 4, 5. Trust that everything happens for a reason is what that number means. If you didn't know already, I talk about that message a lot. But there's something you deserve to know, to learn, when addressing this pain or this fear that's coming from a harshness towards yourself or being projected towards you from somebody else. If there's somebody else involved, I feel that it's likely that you might have to let this person go in the future. Especially if you do learn how to be more kind and patient and understanding towards yourself. Other people who are not kind and patient and understanding towards you will not align with that kind of inner dialogue. And perhaps it would even help you see clearer who actually does deserve and doesn't deserve to be in your life. Let's go ahead and draw out another card here. No way, no way. I have the Justice card. That's really awesome. This really leads me to believe that to attract people in your life who are more warm and compassionate, supportive, you know, that really contribute to the peace in your life rather than take away from it. To attract those kinds of people, you have to create it within yourself first. Chaos attracts chaos. Peace attracts peace. It's the idea of cause and effect. For some reason I'm feeling connected to the phrase law and order. But cause and effect, your reality is reacting to your internal world. The way that you think, feel, and believe is the source of your peace or your suffering. So it's really, really important to be wise when it comes to choosing how you think, the kind of mindsets and perspectives you have, because they influence your feelings and your belief system. You deserve to have a mindset that values and nurtures yourself and who you are for so many reasons. It's so much more than just attracting the right people. That's just one part of it. And as I said before, the Justice card has the number 11 on it. 1 + 1 is 2. So it is undeniably clear that you gotta take ownership and control over your own mind, especially because I was feeling a lot of fear earlier. I don't feel that this is true for everybody, but someone here is experiencing a lot of fear. And I feel that it's all in the mind. It's all, I don't want to make this sound invalidating to make you feel crazy, but it's all in your head. Like, and I'm not saying your fears are delusional. I'm saying that how you deal with this fear, how you eliminate it or persevere through it, is all in your head. It's all in the way that you think, you perceive things. And that's why it's so important to have faith in yourself, your intuition, and your strength. Most definitely your strength. Not just physically, but also mentally. Maybe it would be helpful for someone to really reflect on a time, or the first time as far back as you can go, that you felt like your faith was broken. And not just spiritually or religiously, but like in yourself and what was possible. This could definitely go back to childhood, and it's important for you to, treat your younger self like they would want to be treated. Treat yourself like your younger self would want to be treated, because it's very possible that you never really got a fair chance here to grow and to bloom into, the fullness of who you are, and you deserve to give yourself that opportunity that you missed long ago, that I don't really think was even really your fault. You deserve to bring yourself justice, most definitely inside, but also outside as well, and that justice outside of you is going to come from within. I really, really, really believe that, because that's how manifestation works. Whatever is happening on the inside will be created and will manifest things on the outside that align with what's happening on the inside. I'm going to finish up this reading now by drawing out one last card from these Ancestor Spirit Oracle cards now. I really look forward to seeing what messages your ancestors in particular have, because intuitively I already believe that they support you in seeking justice inside and out. But there's a lot of focus here on internal justice. Being fair to yourself, balanced internally. Oh, I love this. It says, shine brightly. Stand out, be proud, individuality. I really love to see this card because I talked a lot about really embracing the fullness of who you are, your truth, your authenticity, yourself. There could be a call for here for you to really just, what's the word? Surround yourself in self-love, self-care. Because at the very least, you deserve to have the best relationship with yourself. You don't deserve to operate from a place of pain and fear, and you have the power to operate from a place of healing and courage. And I think that's so beautiful and so amazing. And you really do have the power here, when I'm really thinking about the Magician card, to create more beauty. That's the thing about pain and fear. It could be used to either destroy, to create ugly, or to rebuild or build and create beauty. It's also important to remember that this fight, this internal struggle, is much bigger than you. You do matter. You do have power. It's just hard to see it. I mean, we don't really see it until we unite and we come together. But no matter which side of the aisle, or, whether you fight for the greater good or the greater evil, there are other people out there fighting the same fight. So be wise about the fight that you choose to fight, the battles that you choose to fight, because there's a war going on, spiritually and psychologically. And, it's just really important to be mindful of how you contribute to this war in regard to your own internal battle and struggle. And it's very clear here that this reading is here to encourage you to love yourself, give yourself more patience, warmth, understanding, nurturing, protection. Bring yourself justice, the justice that you deserve, maybe that you have always deserved, and shine brightly. Stand out, be proud, be yourself. And I saw the number 333 on the timer, which I think is so fitting with this Shine Brightly card here. Because the first way that I interpret this number usually is about using your voice, communicating, expressing yourself. You deserve to have a voice and to show up, to be seen and heard. Stand out. Don't be afraid to stand out. This number 3 can also be about healing and growing, confirmation of what I feel that is important for you to do at this time. And it can also be about commitment. And this could be about a commitment to your own healing and growing spiritually, that kind of journey, or any other kind of commitment or journey that truly does mean the most to you. It does generally feel like, as I've been saying a lot in this reading, that there is a focus here on being honest and authentic through healing and growing, and letting go of people and situations that are dishonest.